my name is Maureen. I'm one of the bird keepers here at the Brookfield Zoo. And today we're talking about our Taveta golden weavers. So these guys live in our Kopi building in Habitat, Africa. We have 52 birds on exhibit. They are part of a mixed species exhibit. So we have emerald starlings, violet-backed starlings, violaceous turako, blue-bellied roller, and of course our clip stringers. So our Taveta golden weavers have some really cool adaptations. These guys build very intricate nests. As you can see, there's some of the grass ones that our males have started. We give them grasses and palms during breeding season. They got their first batch yesterday. They'll pull long strips off of those grasses and they'll build these really intricate dome-shaped nests. The males are the ones who most often build a nest, and the females will choose their mate based on the nest that they made. So she actually selects a mate and the nest that he has built. If a male does not get selected, he will tear his nest down and he'll build a second one, hoping to attract another female. So there's a little bit of physical difference between our males and females. Our males are these bright golden ones. They're the ones that are hanging upside down, doing lots of displays, building all the nests. The females are a little bit more olive and more green colored. These guys get their adult colorations at about 1 year old. So we have a handful of juveniles in this flock as well. So we've got 52 birds on exhibit, as I mentioned before, 52 weavers on exhibit. We have 23 females, 20 males, and 8 youngsters that are about 6 months of age or younger. So we just added some fresh palm leaves for these guys. Some of them have already started going to work. You can see that they've stripped all the leaves on some of the palms that we put in yesterday and this morning. They spend a lot of time building these nests. The nests are very intricate. They're dome-shaped. They're circular. The female will lay 2 to 3 eggs. And then after a 14-day incubation period, those eggs will hatch out. After another 14 days of taking care of the chicks, they will emerge from the nest as fledglings. As you can see, some of the males here are checking out some of the nesting material we provided. In the wild, these guys will eat lots of insects, different seeds, different fruits and grains. And here in human care, we'll feed them something similarly. We'll give them fruit, they get lots of insects, they get a special pellet that has been specially designed for the species. Our oldest male and our oldest bird that we have in this flock is 21 years old. They can live 15 to 20 years. Our oldest male is about 21 years old. And actually his name is Chandler. So our original flock of birds that came into this exhibit were all named after Friends characters. So Chandler is our oldest male that we have. So these guys are part of an immersive exhibit, so actually you can walk into this area. So you can see the birds when you come back to visit the zoo in the future. You can see these birds flying around. You can get really up close and personal with them. And you can see them exhibiting all these natural displays of nest building and hanging upside down from perches, and also doing all their courtship displays that they do.
So where are the weavers from?
These guys are from East and Southern Africa, mostly Tanzania and Kenya. So these guys can live in a variety of habitats. They can live in the savannas and a little bit more forested area. These guys live in really large flocks in the wild. So having a flock of 52 here is very natural. So it gives them lots of opportunities to exhibit many different natural behaviors that you would see in the wild.
They're so loud over there. Is this where you can feed birds with the popsicle sticks?
No, so these guys are a different part of the zoo. These guys are in our Kopi building in Habitat, Africa. These are not birds that guests can feed. These guys are on a more specialized diet that we feed. You can see them doing some of the really great courtship displays. They've got really strong feet and really strong nails, so it allows them to hang upside down and build their nest so easily.
How long does it take for them to build a nest?
So these nests they started building last night. So probably about a week or so they'll be completed. Just depends on how much nesting material we give them, but we started giving them their palms last night. So this much work has been less than 24 hours. And as soon as we add the nesting material, they go right to work. They know exactly what to do, and they get hard at work building all their dome-shaped nests.
How big do the nests end up being?
The nest can be about the size of maybe a large softball. They actually have the opening on the lower part, so the females have to go up and into the nest to lay her eggs. They're very sturdy, even though they're made of grasses. They spend a lot of time really weaving those grasses in and out. So the nests are very strong. Female birds weigh about 20-25 grams, which doesn't seem like a lot, but the nests are pretty strong to hold her and her chicks.
How many eggs do they lay?
They can lay up to 3. 2 is most common, but they can lay up to 3 eggs.
So how many females and how many males do we have?
So we have a total of 52 birds in our flock. We have 24 females and 20 males. It's maybe hard to tell, but they all have leg bands. So we actually keep track of every single bird in this flock. They all have individual records. Everyone has a band unique to them. So we do keep really detailed records of all the birds in this flock. They are all conditioned to shift into a smaller area for their food twice a day. We're able to get head counts on everyone almost every single day. So we keep a really close eye on the birds in this building. Even though there's 52, it seems a little bit chaotic. We keep very detailed information on what's going on with the birds in this building.
So can you remind us again what this display is for?
This is our Taveta golden weavers, and we just added some nesting material, which is palm leaves. These guys are in the process of, this is the early start of their breeding season, so they're building their intricate woven nests, and that's how they got their name, because these guys weave the grasses in and out to build really strong nests. We can see some males right now doing some breeding displays. They hang upside down, they flap their wings. They'll also build their nest to attract their females. And the female will select the male and the nest that she likes best. And that's the bird that she will choose to mate with for that season. If a male happens to not be selected, he will tear his nest down and he will build another one.
Do all the birds here at Habitat Africa get along?
Yes, they do. These guys live in a large flock. There definitely is a little bit of picking sometimes, a lot of social dynamics going on, but these guys live in large flocks naturally, so we're allowing them to do that here so they can again exhibit all those natural behaviors. So these guys all do really well and they thrive in a large flock such as this one.
So they make their nests with these palm fronds, but these are really big. So how do they get them to be such small little strips? So
these guys will use their beaks and they'll actually rip off shreds. It's hard to tell, but some of the palm leaves we gave actually have been shredded by these guys last night and this morning. So they will rip off long strings, almost to look like grasses, and they will build their nests using the grass pieces that they have produced from these leaves. We will give them other kinds of leaves too, ficus and other leaves donated through our browse program, and they will strip those leaves as well into these smaller pieces so they can weave and build their nests.
Why is it always so noisy in here?
These guys are very vocal. Again, there's 52 Taveta golden weavers, and we have about 20 other birds in this mixed species exhibit. So we have about 70-75 birds in here. There's going to be lots of vocalizations. This is again the early start of their breeding season, so a lot of the males are spending a lot of time building nests, making displays, doing lots of different vocalizations to attract females. So it's very noisy in this exhibit every day, and especially this time of year, beginning with our breeding season.
Do all of the birds have names?
They do not have names. They all have identification bands. You can see if you look closely on their legs. They all have bands, they all have numbers. We do not have names for all of them. As I mentioned before, our original flock of 6 birds that came in were named from another institution after TV Friends characters. We have a couple of those guys left, but most of the other birds in this building do not have names. But they do all have identification numbers, and individual records.
What do the clip springers think about all the birds?
I don't think he minds. I think he's kind of used to it. He's a pretty curious guy, so I think he's enjoying them. He stays out of their way. The weavers tend to stay out of the clip springers' way, so they all get along pretty well in this habitat.
What happens if a bird gets injured?
So we have a great vet team here at the zoo. So our birds will just go to the vet, or we also have the ability to bring the vets and the vet team to us. We have a couple of off-exhibit holding stalls for these birds. So if we have an injured bird, we can easily get it and get the care that it needs.
What makes a good nest? Why might a female pick one nest over another?
She will choose a nest based on location. If it's in a good location compared to where we are offering food. Also disturbances, depending on if there are other birds that perch nearby or if other nests are nearby. She'll also inspect the size and the strength, make sure it's something she can comfortably get in and out of. So she'll choose based on a variety of different factors. I think also the male's displaying and the male's courtship behaviors also helps her make her selection.
How many nests do they make every year?
So the males can make up to half of a dozen nests per bird. Not all of our males will make that many nests. But as I mentioned before, if a particular male does not get selected, then he will tear his nest down and he will start over to try again.
Can you remind us where these birds live in the wild?
These guys are from East and South Africa. They're found primarily in Kenya and Tanzania. These guys live in a variety of habitats, so open savannas, grasslands, more foresty areas, and they live in really large flocks, which is why we have them on exhibit here with the large flocks. So this is a very natural way for these birds to live.
How large can the flocks get?
The flocks can be hundreds or thousands.
Can you remind us again how many there are?
We have 52 Taveta golden weavers. Right now we've got 20 males, 24 females, and the rest are just too young for us to tell. They usually get their adult coloration at about a year of age. So the remaining ones are fledglings and juveniles from last year, so they just have not gotten their adult coloration yet.
How warm do you keep the building?
We keep the building pretty warm. We also keep it pretty humid. I would say probably upper mid-70s. These guys are an African species, so they do really well in warmer climates. We do hose this building every single day, so it does tend to stay pretty humid. But it really is great for the birds. It helps keep their grasses warm, so we can, or wet, so we can allow them to build their nest, and they can adapt those grasses a little bit easier.
Are there other species of birds that weave like this?
Yeah, so there are a variety of different weavers that all build those different kind of nests. And depending on where all those individuals are from, they will use different types of nesting material, again, to build those intricate nests. There's a great example of a female sitting in a nest, so she's already checking it out. The nest has not been completed yet, obviously, but she's clearly interested if she's spending that much time in it. So all sorts of great behaviors that we're seeing on the early start of their breeding season.
Do they have any predators?
Yeah, so these guys in the wild will be hunted by larger birds. If they happen to go to the ground, any other cat or ground predator would definitely try to go after them. Their nests could also be predated by snakes or other tree climbing animals. But their biggest one is other birds.
What's their favorite food?
Their favorite food is definitely insects. We give them a ton of different insects and a variety of insects. I would have to say waxworms are their absolute favorite. Waxworms are really important for raising chicks. So again, during the breeding season, when we suspect that there are chicks, once they've completed their nest, we will give them lots and lots of insects and waxworms for them to feed to their growing babies.
So Habitat Africa is a free flight area. What are the chances that somebody coming in is going to have a bird fly into their hair?
It's pretty low. These guys have lived in this building since the building opened. It's been over 20 years. And not that all these birds are that age, but they really They do a good job not interacting with the public too much. They're not an aggressive species, so they're not flying at individuals, they're not flying at any of our guests. So it is pretty unlikely that a bird will be flying at anyone or into anyone's hair. All right, well, thank you so much for checking us out today. We really appreciate your continued support. We miss you, and we hope to see everyone soon. Thank you.